Do you agree with the dilemma articulated by President Zelenskyy himself that he is now faced with the Hobson's choice of losing the country's dignity, probably his tenure in office and maybe his life on one hand, or losing the country's principal backer, the United States, on the other hand, if he accepts or rejects this so-called peace plan as it is written?
Clearly, yes, he's in a vice, and that's what they intended to put him into, a vice, so that he would have no choice but to agree with it, or else, and I mean, it's by no accident that these allegations of corruptions have come up. They've been done deliberately, and they circle Zelensky. He's encircled by people who've been charged with corruption or allegations of corruption made against them, but not Zelensky. Message is clear. Either you do what you're told now, or you may find you're next on the list for corruption, and you'll have to get on the plane to Israel. And so I think he is in a huge dilemma, and his party is slipping away from him. And his control of parliament is slipping away from him. And the parliament is very, very angry with his head of cabinet, his main operator, Yermak.
Зараз один з найважчих моментів нашої історії.
This is one of the most difficult moments in our history. The pressure on Ukraine is now at its most intense. Ukraine may now face a very difficult choice, either the loss of dignity or the risk of losing a key partner, or 28 difficult points, or an extremely harsh winter. The most difficult and further risk are life without freedom, without dignity, without justice, and believing someone who has already attacked us twice.
Sounds as though, and who knows, politicians don't always speak truthfully, but it sounds as though he's leaning towards rejecting this and fighting to the bitter end and losing on the battlefield rather than losing by consent.
Well, we don't know for sure, but it looks that way.